Connection lost. Connection lost.
Rewiring the cost.
Bright reflections on a rain-soaked street, merging with the thunder of the beat. The architecture of a neon maze, lost inside the violet digital haze. I feel the static on a virtual skin, where the high-speed logic can begin. The world is breathing in a frantic heat, moving to the rhythm of the beat. And the circuit sings a broken song, right where I have always belonged. Faster than the data in the wire, setting every signal on a fire. The energy is building high underneath the electric sky. Reset the system. Everything is chaotic and bright. Reset the system. Frozen pixels in the frame of light, cutting through the static of the night. The architecture of a restless soul, finally taking back the grand control. I find the comfort in the rhythmic glitch, flipping every single power switch. We are drifting like a piece of light, knowing just how beautiful the night. Code is gold, stories told, pink and green in the machine. Reset the system. Everything is chaotic and bright. Reset the system. Just let it crash. In a digital flash. Loons in the wave. Open the gate. Blue reflections on a frozen plane, washing away the digital pain. The architecture of a starbound flight, chasing the edge of the silver light. I feel the cosmic on a digital skin, where the endless logic can begin. The world is breathing in a frozen heat, moving to the rhythm of the beat. And the ether sings a starlight song, right where I have always belonged. Colder than the ice within the deep, waking the dreams that I used to keep. The energy is building high underneath the galaxy sky. Reach for the stars. Everything is silver and bright. city never sleeps. The secrets that it keeps. Pink reflections on a chrome-plated hood, doing things they said I never should. The architecture of a neon rain, drowning out the digital distant pain. I feel the voltage on a digital skin, where the midnight logic can begin. The world is breathing in a synthetic heat, moving to the rhythm of the beat. And the highway sings a retro song, right where I have always belonged. Darker than the shadows in the lane, breaking through the static and the chain. The energy is building high, underneath the fuchsia sky. Ride the wave. Everything is neon and bright. Ride the wave. Frozen signals in a frame of light, cutting through the mystery of the night. The architecture of a renegade soul, finally taking back the grand control. I find the comfort in the rhythmic drive, feeling like I'm finally alive. We are drifting like a piece of light, knowing just how beautiful the night. Street lights glow, fast or slow, black and pink on the brink. Ride the wave. Everything is neon and bright. Ride the wave. Just keep moving in the rhythm we're proving. Reading the code. Lighten the load. Green reflections on a velvet wall, watching how the binary shadows fall. The architecture of a data stream, waking up inside a digital dream. I feel the logic on a virtual skin, where the silent sequence can begin. The world is breathing in a matrix heat, moving to the rhythm of the beat. And the system sings a cryptic song, right where I have always belonged. Deeper than the memory in the chip, holding on with the digital grip. The energy is building high, underneath the virtual the circuits of the night, the architecture of a thinking soul, finally taking back the grand control. I find the comfort in the rhythmic click, moving fast and moving quick. We are drifting like a piece of light, knowing just how beautiful the night. Source and sound, secrets tell, purple and green, living in the machine. Everything is binary and bright. System stable, truth or fable. Breathe it in, let the light begin. White reflections on a soul-cracked ground, far away from any city sound. The architecture of an open mind, leaving all the shadows far behind. I feel the solar on a digital skin, where the golden logic can begin. The world is breathing in a desert heat, moving to the rhythm of the beat. And the horizon sings a summer song, right where I have always belonged, brighter than the fire in the sky, watching how the golden eagles fly. The energy ancient bird. Red reflections on the basalt floor, breaking through the forgotten door. The architecture of a burning crest, putting the spirit to the final test. I feel the magma on the digital skin, where the primal logic can begin. The world is breathing in a volcanic heat, moving to the rhythm of the beat. And the mountain sings a fire song, right where I've always belong. Bolder than the lava in the vein, rising through the ashes and the rain. The energy is building high underneath the amber sky.
Burn the floor. Everything is glowing and bright. Hey, 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 hey. Burn the floor.
Frozen embers in a frame of light, igniting the shadows of the night. The architecture of a warrior soul, finally taking back the grand control. I find a comfort in the rhythmic strike, walking through the fire if I like. We are drifting like a piece of light, knowing just how beautiful the night. Femme, flame, no more shame, gold and black, never look back.
Burn the floor. Everything is glowing and bright. Bite, 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 bite.
Just let it burn. Wait for your turn. Watching the light change, everything feels strange. Violet reflections on a window pane, watching the city hide its digital pain. The architecture of a silent street, before the morning and the heavy beat. I feel the stillness on a virtual skin, where the quiet logic can begin. The world is breathing in a purple heat, moving to the rhythm of the beat. And the skyline sings a lonely song, right where I have always belonged. Wider than the space between the stars, healing the memory of all the scars. The energy is building high underneath the violet sky. Embrace the frozen shadows in a frame of light, fading away with the ghost of the night. The architecture of a peaceful soul, finally taking back the grand control. I find the comfort in the rhythmic rest, putting the racing heart to the test. We are drifting like a piece of light, knowing just how beautiful the night. Time is a line, waiting for the sign. Purple and gray, finding the way. Embrace the silence. Everything is purple and bright. Embrace the silence. Just let it fade. In the shade we made. Back to the beat, to the beat, to the beat, to the beat, to the beat. Feel the neon heat. Back to the beat, back. Feel the neon heat. Back to the beat. Feel the neon heat. Orange reflections on a chrome-plated floor, dancing like we've never danced before. The architecture of a funky loop, gathering the robots in a digital group. I feel the disco on a virtual skin, where the groovy logic can begin. The world's breathing in a rhythmic heat, moving to the rhythm of the beat, and the circuit sings a soulful song, right where I have always belonged. Smoother than the silk upon the wire, setting every dancer on a fire. The energy is building high underneath the orange sky. Get into the groove. Everything is funky and bright. Get into the groove. Get into the groove. Frozen patterns in a frame of light, spinning through the magic of the night. The architecture of a dancing soul, finally taking back the grand control. I find the comfort in the rhythmic slide, with nowhere left for the gloom to hide. We are drifting like a piece of light, knowing just how beautiful the night. Spin and turn, let it burn, orange and blue coming for you. Back to the beat, back to the beat, back to the back to the back to the back to the back. Get into the groove. Everything's funky and bright. Get into the groove. Get into the groove. Back. Just keep on dancing. In the light we're enhancing. final ancient door. The architecture of a cloud-built hall where the golden rain begins to fall. I feel the glory on a digital skin where the divine logic can begin. The world is breathing in a holy heat, moving to the rhythm of the beat, and the heavens sing a victory song, right where I have always belonged, higher than the apex of the soul, finally taking back the grand control. The energy is building high underneath the golden sky. Flying to the light. Everything is golden and bright. Flying to the light. Everything is golden and bright. Frozen orbits in the frame of light, vanish in the shadows of the night. The architecture of a noble soul, finally taking back the grand control. I find the comfort in the rhythmic rise, looking through the infinite of eyes. We are drifting like a piece of light, knowing just how beautiful the night. Wings of gold, truth be told, white and bright, endless love. Wings of gold, truth be told, white and bright, endless flying to the light. Everything is golden and bright. Flying to the light. Everything is golden and bright. Just Just let it shine across the divine. Breathing soon. Let the spirit go. Soft reflections on a morning dew. Everything feels ancient, everything feels new. The architecture of a wooden wing, listening to what the valley birds sing. I feel the zephyr on a digital skin, where the natural logic can begin. The world is breathing in a misty heat, moving to the rhythm of the beat. And the mountain sings a quiet song, right where I have always belonged. Gentle as the feather in the air, finding all the peace beyond compare. The energy is building high underneath the pastel sky. Listen to the wind. Everything is peaceful and bright. architecture of a resting soul, finally taking back the grand control. I find the comfort in the rhythmic leaf, finding a relief for every grief. We are drifting like a piece of light, knowing just how beautiful the night. Earth and air, beyond the care, green and brown, put the burden down. Listen to the wind, everything is peaceful and bright. Just let it blow where the flowers grow. Step into the light, the rhythm's feeling right. Step into the light, the rhythm's feeling right. Gold reflections on a polished floor, opening the secret velvet door. The architecture of a jazz age dream, flowing like a digital silver stream. I feel the swing on a virtual skin where the brass-fed logic can begin. The world of breathing in a vintage heat, moving to the rhythm of the beat. And the trumpet sings a snappy song, right where I have always belonged. Smarter than the logic in the machine, dancing in a world that's felt and seen. The energy is building high underneath the diamond sky. Let the horns play. Everything is vintage and bright. Let the horns play. Frozen moments in a frame of light, tapping through the magic of the night. The architecture of a dapper soul, finally taking back the grand control. I find the comfort in the rhythmic snap, falling right into the digital trap. We are drifting like a piece of light, knowing just how beautiful the night. Style and grace, pick up the pace. Black and gold, never get old. 1, 2, 3, swing! Let the horns play. Everything is vintage and bright. in the air. No more despair. Tear reflections on a liquid sand, holding on to a virtual hand. The architecture of a coral reef, finding the beauty beyond belief. I feel the ocean on a digital skin, where the island logic can begin. The world is breathing in a tropical heat, moving to the rhythm of the beat. And the shoreline sings a summer song, right where I have always belonged. Warmer than the sun upon the wave, chasing the light that the spirit gave. The energy is building high underneath the coral sky. Dance on the water. Everything is turquoise and bright. Dance on the water. Frozen tides in the frame of light, illuminating the edge of the night. The architecture of a sun-kissed soul, finally taking back the grand control. I find the comfort in the rhythmic tide, with the horizon as my only guide. We are drifting like a piece of light, knowing just how beautiful the night. Sand and sea, wild and free, blue and gold, never grow cold. Dance on the water. Everything is turquoise and bright. Dance on the water. Just let it flow. Watching the glow. Just let it flow. Watching the glow. Heavy and slow, feel the heat grow. Orange reflections on the metal wall, watching how the steam-filled shadows fall. The architecture of a sunken heart, where the new age energy will start. I feel the thermal on a digital skin, where the deeper logic can begin. The world is breathing in a liquid heat, moving to the rhythm of the beat. And the turbine sings a heavy song, right where I have always belonged. Deeper than the base of the abyss, finding all the power that I miss. The energy is building high underneath the heavy sky. Dive to the core. Everything is hidden and bright. Dive to the core. Frozen currents in the frame of light, powering the engine of the night. Pink reflections on a silver hull, watching how the galaxy is full. The architecture of a drifting flower, counting every second, every hour. I feel the starlight on a virtual skin, where the cosmic logic can't begin. The world is breathing in a vacuum heat, moving to the rhythm of the beat. And the orbit sings a silent song, right where I have always belonged. Lighter than the dust upon the moon, coming to the climax very soon. The energy is building high underneath the endless sky. Bloom in the void. Everything is pink and bright. Bloom in the void. Bloom in the void. Frozen petals in a frame of light, drifting through the silence of the night. The architecture of a dreaming soul, finally taking back the grand control. I find the comfort in the rhythmic spin, letting all the wonders settle in. We are drifting like a piece of light, knowing just how beautiful the night. Space and soul, making us whole. White and rose, everywhere we go. Bloom in the void. Everything is pink and bright. Bloom in the void. Bloom in the void. Just let it flow. A celestial note. Three, two, one. Let the circuit run. Yellow reflections on the concrete floor, looking for the exit in the open door. The architecture of a high-speed chase, putting every atom in its proper place. I feel the static on the digital skin, where the motor logic can begin. The world is breathing in the frantic heat, moving to the rhythm of the beat. And the sensor sings a jagged song, right where I have always belonged. Faster than the signal in the wire, setting all the shadows on the fire. The energy is building high underneath the hollow sky.
Break the limit.
Everything is yellow and bright.
Break the limit.
Everything is yellow and bright. Right, 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 Frozen frames in a blur of light, cutting through the chaos of the night. The architecture of a racing soul, finally taking back the grand control. I find the comfort in the rhythmic glitch, turning on the power, flipping the switch. We are drifting like a piece of light, knowing just how beautiful the night. Gears and sparks, leaving our marks. Black and gold, never be controlled. in the corner of the eye, where the shadows learn to lie. Crimson reflections on a velvet chair, the scent of secrets in the heavy air, the architecture of a hidden lace, memorizing every line upon your face. I feel the rhythm on a digital skin, where the smoky logic can begin. The world is breathing in a crimson heat, moving to the rhythm of the beat. And the needle sings a dusty song, right where I have always belonged. Slower than the smoke inside the room, watching how the roses learn to bloom. The energy is building high underneath the burgundy sky. Taste the mystery. Everything is crimson and bright. Taste the mystery. Frozen whispers in a frame of light, drifting through the curtain of the night. The architecture of a silent soul, finally taking back the grand control. I find the comfort in the rhythmic slow, letting all the hidden feelings show. We are drifting like a piece of light, knowing just how beautiful the night. Strong and feeble, red and black, no turning back. Taste the mystery. Everything is crimson and bright. Just let it linger between the thumb and finger. Static in the veins, breaking all the chains. Blue reflections on a stormy sea, power in the world as yet to be. The architecture of a lightning rod, standing where the ancient giants trod. I feel the voltage on a digital skin, where the electric logic can begin. The world is breathing in a stormy heat, moving to the rhythm of the beat. And the turbine sings a jagged song, right where I have always belonged. Stronger than the thunder in the sky, watching all the golden sparks will fly. The energy is building high underneath the heavy sky. Feel the power. Everything is electric and bright, 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 bright. finally taking back the grand control. I find the comfort in the rhythmic shock when the system starts to break the lock. We are drifting like a piece of light, knowing just how beautiful the night. Wire and coil through the toil, dark and blue, passing through. Everything is electric and bright. Just let it surge. On the edge we merge. Let it drift, feel the shift. Soft reflections on the dusty floor, closing up the heavy metal door. The architecture of a faded dream, flowing like a slow and silver stream. I feel the moonlight on the digital skin, where the gentle logic can begin. The world is breathing in a purple heat, moving to the rhythm of the beat. And the radio sings a lonely song, right where I have always belonged, colder than the ice inside the glass. Watching how the golden hours pass, the energy is building high, underneath the velvet sky. Stay in the moment, everything is hazy and bright. Frame of light, walking through the garden of the night. The architecture of a quiet soul, finally taking back the grand control. I find the comfort in the rhythmic rain, washing out the digitalizing pain. We are drifting like a piece of light, knowing just how beautiful the night. Holding you, waiting for you, gray and gold stories told. Be on the scale. Summer reflections on the glass-made floor, gliding through the automatic door. The architecture of a grand grand design, crossing every single digital line. I feel the motion on a virtual skin, where the hyperlogic can begin. The word is breathing in a neon heat, moving to the rhythm of the beat. And the station sings a crystal song, right where I have always belonged. Smoother than the light within the beam, waking from a high velocity dream. The energy is building high, underneath the silver sky. Ride the wave. Everything is silver and bright. Ride the wave.
Ride the wave.
Frozen orbits in a frame of light, moving through the beauty of the night. The architecture of a modern soul, finally taking back the brain control. I find the comfort in a rhythmic speed, giving my future everything I need. We are drifting like a piece of light.